Hola, sports fans. Welcome to my blog. Hopefully, you've been here before and are somewhat familiar with what I'm going to talk about. And if not, maybe it's a chance for you to learn something somewhat. Um, this is primarily a blog post about denim. So, why am I putting on a leather jacket? One of the reasons people fawn over leather jackets, even though this one it fit me when I bought it, it still kind of fits now. I keep it because it's got an incredible patina to the leather, and it really tells a story. And I probably can't sell this thing anyway, despite the fact that it doesn't fit me like it used to. Um, it's got all sorts of stories that it can tell. Let me zoom in a little bit, and you can see the patina doing its thing. It's even got holes in it. As it ages, it acquires, picks up, and begins to show certain attributes that give it character. And a lot of things do this. Um, Long story short, it's kind of part of the psychology behind uh, why people buy jeans with holes in them. They, well, depending on who you talk to. I play electric guitar, and there's a specific um, finish on guitars. Like they build an electric guitar and then they paint it and then they sell it. There's a school of thought and a very popular subgenre of electric guitars where they'll take it and age it artificially in the factory and charge you thousands of dollars for it. And some of the better guitar builders have waiting lists. Their instruments are sold out months, if not years in advance. Leather jackets, people will pay you a little bit more for a leather jacket with a patina to it. All that to say that visually it tells a story that is its own, and that you then take your life experiences, lack thereof, or real life experiences, or imagined life experiences that's very important to the psychology of the whole thing, and impose that onto the inanimate object, giving it what you feel is a personality, a story, a narrative. Remember, I always say, um, write your own narrative. That gives you a relationship with the inanimate object and projects an image with the inanimate object. There's a pair of jeans with holes in them, an old leather jacket, or a motorcycle, or that pickup truck with all the mud on it, or the SUV, the Jeep or whatever it is with all that mud on it. It tells a story and it projects an image that we have fallen in love with and we admire. That is the majority of the reason, from an emotional standpoint, why I take denim jackets, or some people take denim and or other forms of cotton and apply, of course, what I do with it, wax to it. The practical, pragmatic, sensible explanation is you make it more resistant to rain and moisture, which is very true. So, as I talked about before, I really don't know what I did with that, with the wax itself. Um, you take a jacket like this, which is a beautiful, almost denim chore jacket type of thing, which I do have for sale on my Depop, interestingly enough. Um, you know, it's very affordable, but there's no big name brand on it. Something I've upcycled myself, so everyone's kind of ignoring it, which is absolutely fine. You know, and when I got it, it was in a condition certainly wearable and sellable, but I decided to do my thing to it. Not quite as extreme as this monstrosity to some, artistic masterpiece tour de force to others. That's the beauty of it. Anything that's upcycled becomes a little bit, or sometimes a lot more unique. Um, and this is waxed. So if I'm in the pouring rain or the snow or any sort of weather conditions, inclement weather conditions, this is going to get soaked, and you know could you could be dealing with the issues with that, rotting of the fibers, or um, the infestation of wet mold, things like that, which can also happen to leather, by the way. I have lost a couple of really nice leather jackets, or not lost, but had to deal with mold in leather. Um, but if you wax it, you use the heat method to apply waxing, and depending on the type of wax you get, sometimes they require that you heat it up in a on a pot pot that, of course, you'll never use for food again. Heat it up in a pot and then apply it to the garment, or in the case of my big bar of soap looking thing, which, oh, there it is, okay, which is on the off camera on the couch. Um, you can kind of rub it on the device, and then you get something like a medium between them, a towel or something like that, and then use a hot iron and a circular motion or figure eights or whatever it takes to get you going. Yeah, you can tell it's almost the weekend because I'm thinking crazy thoughts. And it ends up with something that is unique, and it's not always even. I want it the front to be, the bulk of the visual storyteller. So let's see. On the floor, take off this leather jacket, which again I keep because it has a very cool patina, as well as a couple of holes in the leather. And I've repaired leather before, not so much jackets, more shoes. It's not really stiff. I need to do some maintenance to it so that it lasts another 10 years or so, or whatever should I choose to sell it. But it's got a beautiful patina to it. And like I said, I've shown it to you. And there's just areas on it where it just shows its age and its wear, and it tells its story. It's providing you its narrative. And so, to the same extent, it's very heavy. That was a loud thump. So too does this. Not that you would wear it with a black t-shirt. I'm going to take the hanger out from the bottom. Let's see. And of course, the one thing with the